Alright dingers, welcome to Machinery Nation Vlogs, or MN Vlogs as we've called the channel, because this is where we're going to do the vlogs from now on the Sunday evening, so that we can do what we want. We can fiddle about with machinery and tools and equipment and all of that on the vlog side, and then keep the main sort of machinery reviews and product videos and everything on the other channel. So that is for Machinery Nation. This is MN Vlogs, so welcome. Thank you very much. If you haven't been with us before, please click subscribe, because we're nearly at 1,000 subscribers, which we're very excited about, and we'd like to take us to the next level. So we've got a little Manitou telehandler, we've got a Sammy 80 Explorer, and lots of other machinery. Oh, there's 2 Kubota tractors that we're going to be featuring in a Machinery Nation video coming up, so make sure you subscribe on that channel as well. But yeah, so today we're fiddling about with a Sammy and doing some other bits, got some stuff to do on the rear linkage, and we've got a special job to go and do with the Manitou. So yeah, what we're going to do with the Sammy then, Maxie?
I'm disappointed.
Oh, why?
Because it doesn't have a drinks holder.
It doesn't have a drinks holder?
No. And if you take...
Oh, what forgot?
If you take the heating thing out...
Oh yeah?
You've got something that looks like a drinks holder. It doesn't fit my bottle in.
Doesn't fit?
No.
Oh dear. Does that mean we're going to have to 3D print a drinks holder?
Yeah.
We'll get that in. Because other things we've done, on the other channel, we've got the vlog for this one. We've got to put a new seat in. We haven't actually got that yet. I haven't ordered it. I need to do the measurements on the things. We're going to put a passenger seat in for Max and other jobs. But what are you up to in here, Monk?
I'm scraping all of the leftover, like, carpety stuff along.
Yeah, so if you didn't watch the last one, there was carpet stuck to all the pillars as a bit of cushioning, a bit of sound deadening perhaps, but we've decided to take all that off because it looked horrible, and it's left all the glue and the stickers behind. And Max has very kindly volunteered, haven't you, mate? Yeah? I'm not forcing him to do this, just so you're aware. He absolutely loves it. Right, so we're going to sort out, we'll cut all the baler cord off and get all this tidied up. Hopefully get that squared up again, because that's all a bit wonky. And then the pickup hitch pull, so you obviously pull the wire from a cab normally to release the pickup hitch, but it's just a wire here at the moment, so we're going to work out where that's got to go and to see if there's actually a proper pull in the cab to put that onto. I think this is just the tool for cutting all the baler cord and everything off. Oh yeah, Milwaukee knife, and it's also got a screwdriver bit in the end, which is changeable for a flathead as well. Pop that down, all lockable, replaceable blades, and foldable. Love it. Right, so by hand I've sort of straightened up all the spool valves and cut off all the cord and everything, so it's looking tidy already. I want to get these nice and straight so they're all in line. As you can see them now, they're all looking different ways. Been bent over the years and bits and pieces, or dragged on a pipe or whatever. So, right, I've got an idea. Right, Max, you hold the camera. I've got a lemon PTO shaft, right, a bit of an old bit of PTO shaft, and hopefully I can slot them over, slide it right over like that, and then I can just give it a little bit of a bend gently, just to straighten them up. Don't want to do it too much, don't want to fracture the pipe. A little bit more on that one. Theoretically they should have been there once upon a time, but I don't want to make them weak. What a treat. Just realised that this one is actually meant to be underneath that slot there, because then it's not in the way for your top link. As your top link comes up, it's out of the way. So undo that bolt on the top of there, and hopefully just flip it over, and then it can come out the other side then, out of there, so then they're all in line, which would be nice. It's on the other side now, much tidier than it was before. Now there's room for the top link, so now we need to make a bracket that goes onto there, so that when you put the top link up, it just hooks in. I don't want any awkward string or clips or anything like that. Just go up, in, round, slot in. I've got this rod, which is about 3/8 of an inch. So we're gonna bend that round like a hook to be able to hook into as the top link comes up, to hook it in. And then we'll just weld on a little bracket to be able to bolt into the 2 holes that's already up there. Yes, I've manipulated that into a bit of a shape, which can now go on there, and then the top link can squeeze in over the top and sit into this slot here. But I was going to bolt it, but I'm just going to weld it in there now. Right, let's get the welder out. So you've heard of a tractor dog. Looks like we've got a tractor cat. Hi, Jerry. Do you want to come out away from the kids? Right, so before I weld that bracket on, I think actually what we're going to do is pressure wash everything all in and around the back on here. Right, so I'm all ready to weld, well nearly. Got the Lincoln electric all set up, out here ready to go. Everything's all clamped down, look. It's all clamped down, ready to weld it in with a plastic clamp. Don't worry, I'm only going to tack it and then I'll weld it properly. But I've got to clip the battery from the tractor. Now, is this an old myth that you've got to unclip the battery from the machine before you weld? Because I've always done it because someone once said to do that, and I wouldn't want to risk it otherwise. To stop the electrics, everything moving around, I guess. It just disconnects everything from being connected. But anyway, I'm going to disconnect the battery first. Let me know in the comments if you think you do disconnect the battery first before welding on a vehicle, or you don't. Be nice to know. Right, it's tacked. Let's weld the rest. Been a while since I've done any welding at all, to be quite honest, but I'm quite pleased with that. Oh yeah. I'll take that. Right, so the proof's in the pudding. Let's grab the top link and see if my idea works. So it should sit there like that, that's it, and then you should be able to just go, ha ha! Nice. And then to be able to get it out, you've got to push it back out, so it can't fall out, it can't bounce around on the back, absolutely fine. And then, if I can watch that, so you can, as you push that through, what gets bigger. It's not sprung steel, it's only mild steel, so it probably had to be bent back every now and again. But look at that, and just comes past the spool on the toplet, so you can get it in round. Otherwise, I'd like to have made it a little bit shorter. Look at that, cool. What do you think, boss?
Good.
Like it?
Yeah.
What do you think of Daddy's welding?
Not bad.
Not bad. Better than yours?
No.
You're going to weld up the headstock and the Manitou soon, aren't you? Right, the pickup hitch now. So I've got this wire at the moment, which is obviously someone's just putting as a temporary job. So you've got that bit where it connects to down the bottom down there. Can you see that down there? And we need to be able to make it so that we can reach it from the cab, but I can't find anything obvious at the moment where you'd actually pull it up through to get it to be able to, so you can release it from the cab. But let's have a bit of a play, see what we can come up with. I'm down on the track where the children and my wife cycle and run a lot of the time, and there's a tree come down. It's an apple tree, which is a real shame because we've always had loads of apples from it. But we need to move it out of the way. But I don't really want to cut it off because hopefully it will stay growing and stay being an apple tree, although it has split out. But I can only hope for the best. But the best job I've got, best tool I've got for this is the Manitou. Oh, do you want to come through? Come through in a minute. See, they're having to walk underneath it. Not great. Hey, well done, me. Keep coming through. Hi, Mama.
Hi.
Right. So, job for the Manitou. Oh yeah, here she is. We got her down to the track. So I'm going to just flip this around a minute. How do you think? Should we do it?
I think we should lift that main bit up there and then
Yeah.
just push it in.
Push it in and hope for the best. Hopefully it stays joined on. There's not much joining it on still. You can see where it's split up through there. Obviously, normally in my line of expertise, I just cut it off and move it out of the way. But I don't really want to cut the apple tree off, and hopefully it'll stay living because it's still green, still leafy. It hasn't suffered at all by happening. It's been down about a week. So, right, let's push it out of the way and see how we get on.
Looked like it was getting stuck on the actual headstock. Doesn't look like it wants to stay there.
Snap it off. I've got a chainsaw with me.
Yeah, that's snapped off now. See?
It's done. I'm quite happy with that. I'm still not used to two joysticks. You've got up and down on one and crowd on that one, and then you've got your boom on that one. The amount of time I grabbed my boom one, trying to go up and down. Still getting used to that. But still, we've done it. It's good. Oh, nice. So for the pickup release, it's supposed to come up through this hole. So we haven't got the cable, haven't got the handle anymore, so we're just going to put a temporary one in just to make sure it works. So I got some electric fencing wire. We're going to feed that down through, and then that connects in under here from what I can see through this cable here, and then into, I don't know if you can see that, there's a hole there through that, and then comes out the other side and then clips on to that there. So we're going to do that. So now we've got the wire there. I'm now going to put a chainsaw start handle on the end to hopefully just to see if that makes sure that works before we go any further. Right, see if it works. Put the camera in the bottom. Doing close up.
Yeah.
that down? Yeah! So I just literally took off a shovel full of rubbish up through there. So that why it might have been quite hard to get it out because it's not quite going up far enough. It's alright, let's just quickly pressure wash it off and then we're done. And the draft controls. Pull both right back, mate. There we go. Nice. Right, so I'm going to leave that video there. We've had loads of fun sorting out the Sammy and having a bit of a play with the Manitou. Loads more jobs ticked off the list on the Sammy. The next job is going to be the seat and gas struts on the doors, because every time you get in it, the door tries to kill you. Don't really like that. And Manitou-wise, we've got the doors and the roof and sort out this bit at the back because, oh, my hand's back to front. Sorting out this bit at the back, trying to make sure that's all sorted and working properly. And at the moment, Max gets wet. Gets a wet seat because there's no door or no windows, Monk.
No.
So we need to sort that out. So that is on the to-do list as well. Like I said, about the video coming soon on Machinery Nation channel, so check it out. But this is MN Vlog, so please subscribe and support us because we like to have a bit of fun with the family, sorting out machinery and tools. And we got the awesome mobile mower van. What is it called? I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, the Peugeot Boxer with the traffic management back in it. We've still got to finish that. It's working at the moment. It's just doing some stuff. We've got the 6-foot ramps they've turned up. So lots more coming. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one. Cheerio. So bye, Max.